Good evening, New Life. Good to join you on this Thursday Bible study devotion. I want to share a story about a place close to Rio de Janeiro. It is a place known as Gramacho, Jardim Gramacho. It is the world's largest landfill. It is the Godzilla of garbage dumps. What Rio de Janeiro discards, Gramacho takes in. And what Gramacho takes in, a group of people known as catadores scavenge. About 3,000 garbage pickers, 3,000 garbage pickers scrape a living out of the rubbish, salvaging 200 tons of recyclable scraps each and every day. They trail the never-ending convoy of trucks trudging up the mountain of garbage on one side and coming down the other side, snagging and grabbing anything they can along the way. Plastic bottles, tubes, wires, paper. They're sorted, they're sold as wholesalers are on the outside of the dump waiting to purchase these materials. Across the bay is a statue, a beautiful statue of Christ the Redeemer, as he extends his arms toward Rio's south zone and its $1 million apartments. Tourists flock to this area. It is a worldwide attraction. But no one comes to Gramacho. No one except for an artist by the name of Vic Muniz. A Brazilian-born man convinced 5 garbage workers to pose for individual portraits. Sulam is an 18-year-old mother of 2, has worked the garbage since the age of 7. Isis is a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. Zumbi reads every book that he finds in the trash. Irma, this is crazy, Irma cooks discarded produce in a large pot over an open fire and sells it. And the brains of it all maybe is Tio. He organized all the 3,000 workers plus into an association, truly a business of garbage pickers in the world's largest garbage dump. But Muniz did something crazy. This artist took photos of these 5 garbage pickers. He enlarged their faces and put the images to the size of a basketball court. He and the 5 catadores proceeded to outline the facial features with trash. Bottle tops became eyebrows, cardboard boxes became chin lines, rubber tires overlaid shadows. Images gradually emerged from the trash. Muniz climbed onto a 30-foot tall platform and he began to take photos of this art that he created, he and these 5 catadores. The result, this is amazing, the second most popular art exhibit in Brazilian history. The second most popular, exceeded only by the works of Picasso. Muniz donated the profits to this association, the local Garbage Pickers Association. We might say that Gramacho was treated with grace. Grace does this. Grace is kind to people. Grace gives us things that we do not deserve. Grace does this. God does this. Grace is God walking into our world with a sparkle in his eye and an offer that can't be refused. Simply sit back, relax. I can do wonders with the mess that you are in. Believe this promise that God can take any situation we find ourselves in and he can turn it for our good and for our blessing. We need to trust this. We need to cling to it like a barnacle to every hope and covenant of Christ. The psalmist said in Psalms 40:2, he brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of a miry clay, set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. What a wonderful testimony that we have. What a wonderful testimony what God has done for us. He came, if you will, to our Gramacho, and he made it into something beautiful. See, God does his best work with the biggest problems. So if you find yourself in a mess with problems around, God will work all things for our good. And I close with this verse, Romans 5:20. Moreover, the law entered, that the offense might abound. But where sin abounded, grace did much more abound. Doesn't matter what sin weights begin to mount and build in our lives, there is a loving Savior that says, my grace is greater than your garbage. We love you, praying for you. God bless you.